Hey, what's going on guys? Fastly here and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make your texture packs just a little bit better, some things that you can kind of do and stuff like that, and kind of showcase that a little bit for you guys. So what I really want to stress to you guys, like what I've really learned is plugins and stuff like that are really good for paint.net. Two of the plugins that I use the most are actually right here. I'm going to leave a link down below to both of these. This one is Bolt Bait's plugin pack. Basically, he has a bunch of different plugins. The only thing that I use from him really is the bevel plugin, and I'll show you guys that in action in a second. And then right here, I also use Average Edge Blur, and I've used this the most, and I recommend getting this so much. Yeah, I want to show you guys a little bit like what this kind of looks like and stuff like that. So from a glance, these look like normal pieces and stuff like that. But here is the average blur. So the average blur takes the color that you have and then edits it to where it is kind of like different shading all around it. So it looks really nice and stuff like that. As you can see in this armor, it also gets used, where it kind of adds this border around it in order to make it kind of a shaded look into it. So I'm going to showcase, I haven't actually saved this pearl, but I just used it on this as I made this. I will show you guys this in action on, let's do the boots. Okay, so let's back up a little bit before I did anything. Okay, so for instance right here, I was going to shade this part because I made these boots completely myself. This is a new pack that I'm working on. So you see right here, alright, so you grab your color. So for me, I use this color. And then for my secondary color, I'm going to use this. So go to primary. So we have two different spots here on this. So what I personally do is for the boots, they're just one color. So you put that there, and they're both selected. This kind of shows you the blur effect. You go right here to blurs, average blur, and it adds this shading all around it. Now that's 4, that's a little much. I'd probably use like a 2. And it adds this shading all around it, to where you don't even have to do any work trying to shade it or try to mess with gradient and stuff like that. It just kind of does it all for you, which is really nice. And then for me, I just changed the hue and saturation because this is the color of the pack. But another thing that you can kind of see is right here. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. It really just adds a nice shading all around it. If you were trying to go like this, all right, let's well, it's gonna ruin the whole thing. Do I have that saved? Yeah, I do. Okay, so we're going to quickly go and select this. So copy all this. There's probably an easier way to select it. I don't know. I always take the long way whenever I'm making my packs. That's why they take so long to make. I don't know, this is the only way I really know how to do it. But let's say we're starting all over, and we select this area right here. We'll delete it, so you guys get a feel of it. Okay, so you have just this. Alright, so you pick your two colors. So I'm going to go with a lighter and a darker, and I would recommend using these, as well as you can always change your colors and stuff here. But let's say we're doing that. First thing I'm going to do is select the inner part. And then I'm going to grab the gradient, and I'm going to hold shift, and shift basically just keeps the gradient straight, so it puts it at an angle or whatever. I want to just go straight across, so it's just like that. Now this is a good armor, but it doesn't look like this. You can clearly tell the difference between something that is, you know, gradient and not very shaded versus something that is. So that's where this blur comes in handy. It blurs the edges to where it looks and gives that crisper feel. And so now I can just do hue and saturation, and it looks like this, which is basically back to where it was. Now something important is you see how it kind of has this faint stuff on the edges. or let's say it's like super transparent, I always do this. I have it selected. I make a Control C, copy it, and then I make a bunch of new pages. You have to zoom out for this, or else it goes over. I make a bunch of new pages, and then I just merge them all back down, and it basically gets rid of all the transparent pixels around it. So that way it's just cut with a nice clean. Now obviously this color is not going to match this one because I changed it from the hue and saturation, but you get the point of the shading. And then the last thing that I would do is, while I have it selected, go to photo and then a vignette, and then I would add pretty heavy vignette on this. Get it kind of centered about right there, turn that down a little bit, and then you have basically armor done. That looks like this, so kind of you can see the finished product. Now I'm gonna go back to where we first started real quick. Alright, so this one obviously looks a little bit more detailed. That's just because I was in the moment of doing it, but nevertheless I think the armor looks pretty good. It's shaded, and overall looks pretty good. This right here, from this picture you can't really see that it is shaded, but once you look at it closely and in game you can see that the shading really takes effect. One of the other things that I use, which is Bolt Bait's bevel, is kind of does this effect right here. So a lot of people use Bolt's kind of effect or whatever on the inside of a sword, and basically what it does is you can go onto it and put a selection, bevel selection, put a white kind of outline or kind of inner glow, and it really adds a nice shading effect. So this right here isn't actually average blur at all. This is just Bevel's Baits. Actually, I do think I did use average on this. So you can see I have the average blur around it, and then the inner lighting area is used a lot more here. And that's just basically through this. You can change the color and saturation, stuff like that here, so you can see how it's doing it to the entire thing. And you can change this from color to color, so you can make this darker, lighter, between such. But that's just kind of how I use it. And I really took effect and used it right here as like kind of like the palm, you know, what goes around your wrist or whatever. That would hit the like back end of your hand. I use that a lot better there. But yeah, those are some of the tips and stuff. I'll leave the links down below. One of the things is the Bolt's Baits. This one just has an install button where you just hit install and it'll install it. The average edge blur, which most of you guys are probably going to want, you actually have to navigate over here. So what you do is you go to this PC, you go to your local disk, program files, navigate to your paint.net, effects, and then you'll drag that .dll file that you get from there. You'll just drag it right in here, reload your paint.net, and you'll have average edge blur. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys want more tutorial videos on pack making and stuff like that, obviously I'm not claiming to be the best. I'm nowhere near being the best. There's a lot of other great pack makers out there, but this is just kind of the stuff that I do to make some of my packs and stuff like that. These effects really take effect on high-res packs. They're not going to be really something you can use on low-res, but this will give you kind of an introduction and kind of help you advance to making higher scaled packs with different reses, because obviously lower reses are a lot easier to make. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this one, and if you guys did, make sure to leave a like down below. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
They're blocking up an arc.
Yeah,
crazy.
I didn't know how many you spleefed. I thought it was just only a little bit. Here, I'm going to check what you're talking about. Yeah, they're all gone.
Wait, how many are in here? How many can? If there's kids in here, like if there's not that many, we can go kill them now. Then.
F who RJ
there's only one in here.
Let's go and kill them.
Damn, they all got out. Yeah, let's kill him. Let's kill him. It's Mango.
Strength 2.
Right now, if you can. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of them all glitched out. You need to show me the clip, bro. We had a chance of making them raidable, and then they did that. That's so scummy.
Yeah, look, they all pearled right here.
They all pearled right there?
And then glitched out.
Wow. Sus message, RJ is the boss. Did you glitch out? Or did you randomly, like, just, you know, you just logged out? And you're even
I saw them trying to pearl here.
Can I? I'm gonna grab my set.
And then I saw them pearl here.
Pineapple.
This is how they got out.
Y'all glitch out. Here, I want to see if they'll lie to me. I want to see if they'll lie to me right now. Slash glitch out.
Tasty pineapple junior is JTT.
Oh, is JTT?
Or that one bard. That was for us.
Here, let's see what they said. Pineapple is a fake. DJ Tasty is the type of guy that goes to a scone's funeral and says he quickied boys, right? Oh, that's messed up, bro. What the heck?
They're saying nope.
They said no?
They said it's not bannable. They literally pearl glitched out of a trap to avoid going raidable, and they're saying it's not bannable.
Me and the bard were never in, they said. Okay, it doesn't matter. Your faction was in here, bruh. They said it's not bannable?
Look,
Yeah.
no, it is.
It is. It's 100%.
Yo, I was right here trying to like block it up slowly. I don't.
No,
but
show me the message where he actually said that. Is it in here?
Yeah, scroll up. He says, official Dean says it's not bannable. Oh wait, Rando said nope.
Official?
Yeah.